is going on YouTube? It's your boy Kamen Rider Zero Spike back again once again. And today we're here for Kamen Rider Geats episode 43. In this episode, we got some gang activity. We got some delinquents. We got some downright devious degenerates out here hurting people, all because of what Kawa wished for. We see that Kawa did get his ideal world technically, but since he wished back all of the people who died in the DGP, he inevitably brought back a lot of bad people. He brought back some irredeemable criminals, and one of these criminals is actually very important. We see later on, but that also ties into Neon and Kurama's story and things like that. But we see that he brought back these people, and now that this one guy who was he was a boar or a pig rider or something like that. He ended up basically creating this gang called the Gag Riders, and it's just his gang that go around being degenerates, destroying stuff, raiding stuff, rioting, stuff like that, hurting people, stuff like that. So K was all peed off about this because basically Jito basically duped him. He basically got what he wanted, but it inevitably got his mom, his sister, and his father killed again because of this gang's rioting. So Kay was pissed off about this, and we see that Jit basically gets him to kind of work for him in a sense, basically saying that they got Sumidi chained up. They got Sumidi all chained up, and they say that, hey, we are going to, if you take out Geats and stuff like that, if you take out Geats for us, then that's the only way somebody will be able to become a full goddess of creation, and you can get a real wish. You can get your real wish with no strings attached, and no backlash or anything like that. So technically K was still on his villain arc, but they keep duping my man. They keep doing, they just keep egging Kawa on. He's already peed off. He already kind of got what he wanted, but now it's like he has to get it all back again after you flipped him again. You're really trying to make this guy the anti-hero / villain. But yeah, so Kawa somewhat technically agrees to this. He basically says that he's going to take out this gang for killing his family again. So we see that now that Jit is out here, he basically tells Kawa that I'm the one that's good. I'm the guy that I'm the guy who does all the dead ends. I'm the guy that I'm with the crew of I'm with the people that are in the audience that the messed up horrible things that happens within these games or within this world. So he's kind of on their side when it comes down to that, which is really, really weird. We see that now Kawa goes to confront these guys, but we see that Neon ends up saving her dad, and he ends up saving her dad from this gang because the guy who's the boar technically knows her dad and tries to hurt him after this gang goes up and breaks all these people out of the prison. And we see that Neon ends up saving him. She ends up shooting him with this guy with a fire extinguisher and getting her dad out of there. And they have this little heart-to-heart talk and things like that. And she tells him about Geats and she tells him about what Ace wants to do. He wants to bring back the world and remake the world into a place where everyone can be happy. And they ended up parting ways after that. Her dad ends up going back home, but Neon does end up getting kidnapped by this guy who basically knew her dad, and he ends up getting kidnapped. She ends up getting kidnapped by this guy, but turns out this is the same guy who kidnapped Kurama's original daughter, Akira, or Akari. Yeah, who originally kidnapped Akari 11 years ago, and he ends up kidnapping Neon again with the help of Beruba, which Beruba is also this guy's supporter now, since she's basically ditched Buffer. But we see that Buffer takes it upon himself to go and settle things with basically settle things with Kawa. After they find out, Kawa ends up becoming the new head of this gang. He did go up to this gang and did go up to the gang. Did go up to the gang leader, and he decides to go up to him, and he ends up taking out the gang leader. And they will be beating him and becoming a new leader of the gang. Thanks to Kekera. And now this gang, they wear green now. They were originally wearing orange, and now they're wearing green and stuff like that when it comes down to Kawa. And Kawa ends up getting coaxed to becoming the new leader thanks to Kekera and Beruba, basically talking about how same thing what Jit told him, taking out Geats and helping them full on create a new goddess of destruction, aka Subiri. So after that, we see that Buffa goes to see Daichi in the hospital, and when he sees Daichi in the hospital, he's asking Daichi and they're talking about Kawa. He asks Daichi, "Where is that tree?" He said, "Where's that tree?" He said, I lost all my memories of the tree and all the stuff like that, and and where it is and things like that. And Kawa already lost his sister and mom and dad again anyway, so only thing that could save them now was the gods. And basically Buffa wants to find a way to get to this tree, to find a way to free these people's memories that are inside of this tree. I don't know inevitably was that what would that do. I don't know what that would inevitably do, because if his sister, if Sarah and his mom and dad died again in this new world, most likely they're going to change the world again. So she's probably going to get brought back to life again in a different way. But would going into this tree bring them back to life, or bring all these people and stuff back to life? Like, what would that basically do? And now that Daichi's still alive, basically he's still alive, but he's really, really badly injured in the hospital. So I don't know what Daichi's role is going to be after this. I don't know what he's going to do after this. I mean, you've already been beaten twice, so yeah, like what's Daichi's role after this? I really don't. I mean, because he's still alive, and this guy's still downright devious unless they fully erase his memories again and all that stuff. So, but yeah, we see that Neon has been kidnapped by these people, kidnapped by this guy and Beruba, and they send a ransom note to Kurama, telling him to come to this place. It's the same place that Akari died the first time, and he says that come to this place and bring 300 million yen and all this stuff. And they've kidnapped. They have Neon sitting there, and she's talking, and Beruba's basically egging her on, being an asshole to her. Excuse my language, but yeah. And while she's saying that, like, Neon's kind of like she's kind of not fazed by this, but we see that Kurama has a heart-to-heart with his wife, and she tells him that there's still time where you can go and go save her. And he goes to go save her, but he ends up talking to Geats. He tells Geats that, he said, "My daughter said this about you. Do you want to save the world?" and stuff like that. And he said, "Does that mean I still have the right to be happy?" And Geats is like, "Yeah." So we see that he ends up going there and getting ready to save her. He says, "You're not getting no type of yen." He said, "That's my daughter. I'm going to protect her." And it was kind of cool. It was kind of heartfelt. And we see him hitching into fantasy. It says fantasy. I don't know what writer, like, I don't know what animal is it. I think it might be like a lion or something like that. But yeah, it would make sense that he's like a lion or a lion or a tiger or something like that, because Neon's a cat. Neon, her rider form is a cat, so her name even means cat. So it makes sense that he's also some type of big cat. So yeah, he's fighting this dude. He turns into like a bat. And I'm like, please beat this guy. So he's fighting him, kind of like not really showing off any like powerful like feats. I mean, he does have like these energy shields and energy katana things that he throws and stuff like that. But yeah, so he's fighting him, and then that's when Beruba gets in on the fight, and then he's fighting both of them. And then that's when Kekera tries to sneak shoot him, And then that's when Geats comes up and he's like, "Hey man, stop messing this up." So Geats ends up fighting Kekera, and while he's fighting Kekera, that's when they get ready to fight. That's when they're still fight. He's still fighting Betterbuster and stuff like that. And the episode kind of ends off with him like getting blasted, while still fighting Kekera and this bat guy. But yeah, next episode we're gonna see the epic conclusion of this. But it's a lot going on. And we see that, and we also see that Kawa has now become the leader of this new freaking gang, which I don't know how he's gonna execute this. I mean, maybe he's gonna send all of them out to fight kill Geats or something like that. Like, I kind of see that, because it's like, oh, after Geats now I mean, if this is the only way for me to get my true ideal world, which, yeah, because like how Jit said, you botched your reality, you botched your world. But yeah, so what do you guys think about this episode? Because I like the whole Kurama sort of redemption thing that they're trying to do. Like, he wasn't a good dude for a while, but I like the little redemption, like little arc they're trying to do with him. But his writer form, his writer stuff was kind of a little bit underwhelming. I mean, it's cool looking, it is. I like the gold and the blue, stuff like that. But he looks pretty menacing. He doesn't look like like a basic kind of like writer. I mean, I wish he had like some more leg action going on. Maybe should have gave him like some extra armor or whatever on his legs, or like his lower half. But his form looks cool. I don't know what it's called. I don't want to call it Kamen Rider Fantasy. Like, I don't want to call it that. It said Fantasy though, but I don't know if that's like the legit name of it. If anybody knows, let me know down in the comment section below what is the legit name of this writer form that he's got now. But yeah, so, and the whole thing with Kawa, just all these people just like manipulating him and just putting him in all these different directions. And I think it's gonna take Buffer to really help him, which is ironic. But it's gonna take like Buffer like to give him that like push, or trying to maybe push him in the actual right direction, instead of all these other people who are just pushing him in these directions just so he can entertain them, and they can feed off of his despair or his freaking arc that he has going on. Because I'm tired of seeing my boy get played with, and I'm ready to see him destroy Kekera. I'm ready to see Kawa just come back to the side he's supposed to be on and get pushed in the right direction, because I don't like where he is right now. Even though it's cool, it's really freaking cool. Like, Bujin's sword is like a dope form. It really freaking is. It's the upgrade that he needed. It's the upgrade he really deserved. But to get your ideal world back, and then to get your sister and your mom and dad back, and they just boom, they're just gone instantly, just like that. Like, you had the parents die off screen, and then you had the sister die like in a blaze of fire. Like, that's slick worse than how she died before. But yeah, man, you guys. And I'm also like, what's Geats gonna do after this? And I'm ready. I want to see Punk Jack do something. I know it might not. I know y'all had an ass pull last week with Buffer using Jet, using Cannon and Jet. So give me another ass pull this time, because I want Punk Jack to get back out there, because my boy needs some fight time. He needs some more screen time. I like Punk Jack. But other than that, you guys, let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think of this episode of Kamen Rider Geats. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I will see you guys next time. Remember, stay henshined.